Hey everyone, Swanton007 here from WrestleAccess.com. Back here with another DVD, a pay-per-view review today. We have got Extreme Rules 2012, and boy was this a good pay-per-view. I absolutely loved it. The ending was a shock, but I'll get to that. So we'll get straight into it. WrestleAccess.com, comment, like, subscribe, that sort of stuff. The pay-per-view started with... I've got to get my pictures up. The pay-per-view started with Orton vs. Kane in a Falls Count Anywhere match, which was surprisingly good. I was expecting it to be like 2.5 stars, them not really doing much, but they really brawled all around the arena, went to the backstage. Zack Ryder had a little bit to do with it, and got stuck into Kane at one stage, and Kane almost chokeslammed Ryder again, but that got stopped. And then they went back out into the arena, and Kane, what was it? Randy Orton was setting up for a table spot. It got counted. They went back to the ring, and they went back to the ring, and it was good stuff. There they are. So that happened. That was 3.5 stars. It ended with an RKO from Randy Orton onto a chair. 3.5 stars for that. I really enjoyed that. I was looking around the web. I think I've overrated it a bit, but I'm not fast. I enjoyed the match. It was a good start to the match. Before that, there was a US Championship match between Santino and The Miz. It was a quick match, really, just to get the crowd pumped for the pay-per-view. It was definitely just to get the crowd pumped, and it was average at best. The Miz had a promo beforehand, and the match only lasted 4 minutes, 1 star. Next we got Brodus Clay and Dolph Ziggler in a bonus match. And this bonus match was really just a squash, not a quick one. I think 4 or 5 minutes again. But this is the first time Brodus Clay actually looked like he had a bit of trouble with someone. But eventually he got the win over Dolph Ziggler in a 1.5 star match. It was alright. One stage, Ziggler got involved. I'm sorry about all this noise. I'm walking to uni at the moment. Next match was the tables match for the IC Championship. Big Show versus Cody Rhodes. This was an average match. Nothing really that special. Went for about 8, maybe 10 minutes. It was very average. Big Show lost the match when he was on the apron. Cody Rhodes kicked his leg, and what happened? Cody Rhodes kicked his leg, and Big Show went to step down, and he stepped onto the table. After the match, Big Show got upset and absolutely killed Cody Rhodes. Chokeslammed him through a table, threw him over the top rope onto the outside, through a table. Good stuff. 1 3/4 stars. I think Big Show may have had a heel turn there. Then you've got a 2 out of 3 falls match for the World Heavyweight Championship. And this was honestly I really struggled to get into this match. The first fall was a DQ, which brought down the match a bit, and then the next fall was a straight away after that one, like a follow-up to it. Which really sort of was a bit lackluster for me. And the last one, Bro Kick, sort of dimmed it down a bit more for me with D-Bry losing. But it is what it is, and Sheamus came out with the win, and the crowd really brought this up a bit. 3.5 stars for me. Next you've got Ryback as another bonus match, another squash. Ryback was impressive, dub match though. Then you've got the first main event of the night, street fight for the WWE Championship, CM Punk versus Chris Jericho. And this match was just awesome. Everything about it was great. The stipulation, the psychology, the wrestling was all just worked perfectly together for it. It was definitely a different match from the WrestleMania match they had. There were a few spots like Jericho giving CM Punk the code breaker onto a chair, an elbow from the top rope from CM Punk onto the announcer's table, making everyone chant Randy Savage. Also, Punk using a fire extinguisher to get out of Jericho's Walls of Jericho, which was good. That was good stuff as well. And this is definitely the end of their rivalry, best match for their rivalry, and I was really happy with it. 4.5 stars. Definitely in contention for match of the year though. At the moment, Triple H and Triple H and Undertaker definitely have that for me. Then we've got the Divas Championship match, Nikki Bella versus Layla. Beth wasn't cleared. Layla returns and wins. End of story. Half star. Then we've got the last match of the night, the match everyone was waiting for. No disqualification match between Lesnar and John Cena. Now this was, I've been a bit hard to review it because it was sort of an MMA match more than a wrestling match, but it really came out strong. I'm not going to give it a review right now. I'm not going to give it a score right now. But if I was to give it a score, I'd probably give it 4 stars, maybe 3 3/4, something around there, not quite sure. But the match was great. Blood was brought into it straight away. Brock hit him with a big elbow, cutting him open. Then they got into it a bit more. They wrestled. Brock Lesnar jumped off steel steps in the ring and went to the outside. Looked like he got injured himself, but it was good. He got back up, fought it out, and ended up losing the match actually when he went for another one and Cena punched him in the face with a steel chain and Cena got the win in the end. After another FU his first FU actually, onto the steel steps in the middle of the ring that Brock had just jumped off of, ending the match and really adding something to the pay-per-view. And it was a good match. It was perfect for the thing. Like, it wasn't like they went out and wrestled. They went out and brawled. And that's what the no disqualification match is for. So 3 3/4, 4 stars. I'll work it out when I put it up on YouTube. Then after the match, you got John Cena talking, saying that he's definitely leaving to go and take some time off. But if he is, but he's saying he might retire, which I don't think. I just think that's a work. He said Vince didn't kick him out. Blah 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 blah. Who cares? But that was really like adding to it. I went out, I'm just like, oh, what if it's not a work? But it definitely is a work. He's going away for a couple months. I saw it on Dirt Sheet that he's battered up and he's going to take some time off. So that's where that was. And so overall, I'm going to give the pay-per-view an 8.75 out of 10. I'm a Swanton, guys. Comment, rate and subscribe. Check out WrestleAccess.com. See ya.